From the gritty streets of Buenos Aires to the world's grandest football stages, Diego Maradona's life is the ultimate story of passion, triumph, and controversy. His story is one of staggering highs and devastating lows, filled with moments that will forever echo in the history of football. In this video, we take you on a journey through the legendary rise and unforgettable legacy of the man known as El Pibe de Oro, Diego Maradona. Born on October 30th, 1960, in Villa Fiorito, a struggling neighborhood on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, Diego grew up in a large family with 7 siblings. His father worked tirelessly at a chemical factory to support them, while his mother dedicated herself to raising the children. Despite their hardships, Diego found solace and passion in football. At just 3 years old, a simple gift, a football, ignited what would become a lifelong obsession with the sport. By the age of 8, Diego had already started playing for his local team. His talent was so undeniable that when he tried out for Argentinos juniors, the coaches doubted his age due to his skill level, forcing him to prove his age with his passport. This marked the beginning of his rise, as he quickly became the focus of attention in youth football. Leading his team to an incredible 140 consecutive victories, Diego became a local star. His extraordinary talent even caught the eye of the senior team, who invited the 12-year-old to showcase his tricks during halftime, leaving fans in awe. At just 15, Diego made history as the youngest player to debut in the Argentine First Division for Argentinos juniors. 10 days before his 16th birthday, he stepped onto the field wearing the number 16 jersey. In his very first match, he dazzled spectators by nutmegging his opponent, signaling the greatness that was yet to come. Soon, Maradona earned the nickname El Pibe de Oro, the Golden Boy, and at 16, he made his debut for Argentina's national team, further solidifying his place in football history. Despite his rapid rise, Diego faced early setbacks. He was left out of Argentina's 1978 World Cup squad, a tournament Argentina went on to win. Fueled by disappointment, Diego worked harder and led Argentinos juniors with remarkable performances, scoring 115 goals in 167 games, though the team couldn't secure any major trophies. At 20, he was courted by Argentina's top clubs, including River Plate and Boca Juniors. True to his fighting spirit, Maradona chose Boca Juniors, a struggling club at the time, where he would eventually lead them to a league title. With a 1982 World Cup on the horizon, Maradona finally got his long-awaited call-up to represent Argentina on the world stage. However, the tournament ended in heartbreak as Argentina crashed out in the second group stage, with Maradona being sent off in the final match against Brazil. Despite the disappointment, his career took a dramatic turn when he signed for Barcelona later that year, becoming the world's most expensive player at just 21 years old. Maradona's time at Barcelona was tumultuous. Contracting hepatitis sidelined him for several months, but upon his return, he delivered a legendary performance in El Clásico against Real Madrid, earning a standing ovation from opposing fans, an honor rarely bestowed upon a Barcelona player. He led Barcelona to victory in the Copa del Rey, scoring 23 goals in 35 games that season. However, Maradona's Barcelona journey was marred by injury, courtesy of a brutal tackle by Andoni Goicoechea, dubbed the Butcher of Bilbao. The tackle, which broke Maradona's ankle, threatened to end his career. After months of recovery, he returned to the pitch, determined to overcome the odds. But his clash with Goicoechea in the Copa del Rey final reignited old tensions, showcasing the intense drama that defined much of Maradona's career. After receiving a brutal tackle from Andoni Goicoechea, known as the Butcher of Bilbao, Diego Maradona's frustrations came to a head. Following the match, in which Barcelona lost 1-0, Maradona was provoked by Miguel Sola, triggering a response that would go down in infamy. Maradona snapped, and what began as a verbal confrontation quickly escalated into a full-scale brawl. Diego headbutts Sola, elbowed another player in the face, and kneed a third player in the head, knocking him out. The chaos unfolded in front of 100,000 spectators, including the Spanish king, with millions watching from home. The violent clash left 60 people injured, including players, coaches, fans, and photographers. This incident, although significant, wasn't Maradona's first controversial moment during his time at Barcelona, but it was certainly the most infamous. His behavioral issues, combined with this outburst, led Barcelona to push him out of the club. Despite this tumultuous ending, Maradona still managed to leave an impressive legacy in Spain with moments of brilliance on the field. However, his next move would define his career in ways that no one could have anticipated. On July 5, 1984, Diego Maradona made a second world record transfer, this time to Napoli in Italy, for £6.9 million. To the outside world, this move made little sense. Napoli was a struggling team that had narrowly avoided relegation the previous season and had never won a league title. Meanwhile, the Serie A was dominated by wealthy northern clubs, leaving southern teams like Napoli in the shadow. Yet, Maradona saw something deeper in Napoli, a reflection of his own upbringing. The city was plagued by poverty, unemployment, and organized crime, but its people were passionate, much like the environment Diego grew up in. When Maradona arrived in Naples, the city welcomed him like a savior. His connection with the working-class city was immediate and mutual. In his first season, Maradona helped transform Napoli from a relegation-threatened team to a respectable 8th-place finish, scoring 14 goals in all competitions. The following year, he elevated Napoli further, guiding them to a 3rd-place finish, instilling hope in a city that had never seen success on such a scale. As Maradona's form peaked, he entered the 1986 World Cup as the best player in the world. This tournament, held in Mexico, would cement his place in football history. Maradona dominated the competition, leading Argentina to victory with his unmatched skills. His performance in the quarterfinal against England became legendary. He scored 2 goals in that match, the infamous Hand of God goal, where he illegally used his hand to punch the ball into the net, and the goal of the century, where he dribbled past 5 England players and the goalkeeper to score one of the most iconic goals in World Cup history. These moments epitomized the duality of Maradona, the genius and the rule breaker. Argentina went on to win the tournament, with Maradona contributing to 10 of their 14 goals. His performance was regarded as one of the greatest in any international competition, earning him the Golden Boot and solidifying his status as a national hero. But even with this global success, Maradona had unfinished business in Naples. Returning to Napoli after the World Cup, Maradona led the club to its first-ever Serie A title in the 1986-87 season, alongside a Coppa Italia victory. The impact of these achievements was seismic for Napoli and southern Italy. Maradona had not only broken the dominance of the northern clubs, but he had also brought hope and joy to a city that had long struggled with poverty and social issues. The streets of Naples erupted into weeks-long celebrations. Murals of Maradona were painted across the city, and newborns were named after him. Maradona had become more than a footballer in Naples. He was a symbol of pride and resilience. In the years that followed, Maradona continued to lead Napoli to unprecedented success. He won a second Serie A title in 1990 and even led the team to European glory with a UEFA Cup victory in 1989. His extraordinary skill was recognized by players and legends alike. Paolo Maldini, Zico, and Michel Platini all hailed Maradona as one of the greatest footballers to ever play the game. Napoli's rise during these years was a testament to Maradona's unmatched brilliance. But as much as Maradona's on-field performance elevated him to godlike status in Naples, his personal life began to spiral. Heading into the 1990 World Cup, Diego Maradona made a decision that would set off a series of events leading to the downward spiral of his career. Maradona captained Argentina in this tournament, held in Italy, as they aimed to defend their World Cup title. However, this time around, Maradona was hampered by an ankle injury, which prevented him from playing at the same extraordinary level he had displayed for years earlier. Argentina's World Cup journey was rocky. They lost the opening match to Cameroon, but bounced back with a 2-0 win over the Soviet Union, where Maradona once again controversially used his hand to prevent a goal, echoing his infamous Hand of God moment. Argentina then drew with Romania, advancing to the knockout stages. After defeating Brazil in the round of 16, Argentina won both the quarterfinals and semifinals on penalties, setting up a rematch against West Germany in the final. However, this time, West Germany prevailed, winning 1-0 thanks to a controversial penalty, leaving Maradona with a silver medal. The tournament's most significant moment, however, came before the semi-final against Italy. The match was held in Naples, Maradona's adopted city, and in a bid to gain an edge, Maradona urged the people of Naples to support Argentina instead of Italy, citing how the northern regions of Italy had historically mistreated the southern city. While this may have swayed some Neapolitans on the day, the statement enraged the Italian media and public. Overnight, Maradona lost the protection he had enjoyed from the press, the judiciary, and even his own club, Napoli. For years, Maradona had been involved in numerous off-field controversies, from drug use to ties with the Italian mafia, but much of this had been kept under wraps. With his comments, the floodgates opened, and the media began to expose Maradona's troubled lifestyle. His frequent drug use, missed training sessions, late returns from vacations, and erratic behavior all became public knowledge. The unraveling of Maradona's career began in earnest. By the 1991 season, things had deteriorated significantly. Maradona's reckless lifestyle reached new heights when, before a crucial European Cup match, he chose to party instead of traveling with his team. Arriving in Moscow late via a private jet, Maradona was punished by being benched, and Napoli eventually lost the match on penalties. His downfall continued when he tested positive for drugs later that season, leading to a 15-month ban from football. This marked the end of his time in Naples, and Maradona fled to Argentina to escape the backlash. After serving his ban, Maradona attempted a comeback in 1992 with Sevilla in Spain, but it was clear that the Diego Maradona of old was gone. At 31, his body and career had suffered from years of excess. He played 30 games and scored 7 goals before moving back to Argentina to sign with Newell's Old Boys. His international career came to a close in 1994 when he was called up for the World Cup in the United States. Maradona started the tournament brightly, scoring in a 4-0 win against Greece and assisting in a 2-1 victory over Nigeria. However, after the match against Nigeria, Maradona tested positive for drugs once again and was sent home, marking the end of his international career with 34 goals and 91 appearances for Argentina. In a final return to his beloved Boca Juniors, Maradona played for 2 more years, struggling with his fitness and battling weight issues. On October 20th, 1997, Diego Maradona announced his retirement from professional football, bringing an end to one of the most storied and tumultuous careers the sport had ever seen. Despite his retirement, Maradona's legacy continued to grow. In 2000, Napoli retired his iconic number 10 jersey, and he was named FIFA's Player of the Century, receiving 53% of the public vote. Argentinos Juniors, the club where his career began, renamed their stadium in his honor in 2003. Maradona also ventured into management, leading Argentina to the World Cup quarterfinals in 2010 during a 2-year stint as national team manager. On November 25, 2020, the world of football was shaken when Diego Maradona passed away from a heart harm at the age of 60. His death marked the end of an era, but his influence on the sport remains immeasurable. In tribute, Napoli renamed their stadium Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, ensuring that his name will forever be linked to the city and club that adored him. Maradona's life was a whirlwind of brilliance and controversy, of triumphs and tragedies. He was a man of the people, a flawed genius who, despite his personal battles, remains eternal in the hearts of football fans worldwide. His legacy, as one of the greatest to ever play the game, is undeniable. Diego Maradona, the King of Naples and the heart of Argentina, will never be forgotten. Diego Maradona's journey is a testament to the power of raw talent and the weight of fame. From breaking barriers in Argentina to conquering Europe, and from global adoration to personal battles, his life was as complex as it was captivating. Though he may be gone, his legacy continues to inspire footballers and fans alike. Maradona was more than just a player. He was a cultural icon, a hero, and a flawed genius whose impact on the game will remain eternal. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of a legend. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of football.